Hello everyone, welcome to today's market analysis. So last week we took a bit of a break, but that's because there weren't a lot of signals that we got. So let's start with the risk disclaimer. Everything that is shared on this channel does not constitute financial advice. It should not be treated as such. Okay, the first stock that we are looking at today is Naspers. Naspers last week reached an all-time high. It touched 3,500 Rand per share once again after some time of consolidation. So now it's currently trading above the 50-day average. So now, as you can see on the chart, Naspers broke above this level around 3,500 Rand per share. So now, as you can see, it's trading at an all-time high, which is above, way above the moving average, is the 200-day moving average and 50-day moving average. So the way that I would want to trade this stock is by buying the share where it currently is, and then if you buy here, then you will have the stop just below the 3,500 Rand per share, because that's the previous resistance. So we expect that if the stock does a pullback, it can come back to retest this level. Otherwise, the stock is just going to continue to trade. So if you miss this opportunity, it might take quite some time for the stock to come back to another level. So if the stock does a pullback, we expect it to come and retest this level and then to continue to trade high. Otherwise, it will just continue to trade higher without giving you an opportunity to buy the stock. So yeah, that's the stock that we are looking first. And then there's another ETF that caught our attention. It's Satrix emerging market. As you can see, in the last week, it reached a 52-week high. That's the highest level it has reached over the past year. But as you can see on Friday, there was a bit of a pullback. For those who were paying attention on the market movements last week, Thursday, Friday, yeah, the market had a rough time. So now, what we want to see with this ETF is for it breaking above this level, the 59 Rand per share or just 60 Rand per share. Otherwise, you may want to wait for it to come back and retest the 50-day moving average, of which when it does retest that, then there's some price rejection on the downside, then you'll want to buy anywhere near the 50-day moving average and have a stop level below that. But also, as you can see, there's a potential support level here. So it's either the price can pull back to the 50-day moving average, or it can pull back to this previous resistance where it broke up, which is somewhere around 54 share. So those are the possible scenarios that it can have. Yeah. So now you will just have to wait and see which scenario plays first. So the potential scenarios is that the share price retraces back to the previous resistance level, and then there are some lower price rejection, and then it start to trade high. That will give you the opportunity, or else the share price, the ETF price is just going to continue to trade high, and then you'll have to buy this level and set your stop anywhere near the lows, the previous swing lows. Another stock that that traded very well last week, it's Blue Label Telecoms. We covered it in some of the videos that we have published previously. First bought the stock when it broke above the 200-day moving average somewhere in June. It was a bit of a consolidation. Then it came back to break out at this level somewhere near 320 per share. So it's been consolidating for quite some time, but staying above the 50-day moving average. And then we saw last week the stock broke above the 420 cent per share price, and then it reached as high as 470. So now, as you can see, on Friday it closed lower. So now we're just going to wait and see if the stock come back and trade above 470 per share. we will add on to our existing position. Otherwise, we'll wait for the stock to either retrace back to the 4 rand per share region, and then if we see lower price rejection and then start to trade higher, we will buy more of the stock. But the way as it is at this moment, we're just waiting to see how this stock performs. And then another stock that reached resistance is Coronation Fund. As you can see, the stock has been moving sideways for quite some time. But Coronation Fund, I think it has a dividend yield of about 5% or so. So it's one of those companies that pays dividends regularly. And then as you can see now, it's at this resistance level. So what we're waiting to see if Coronation will come back and retest the 50-day moving average anywhere there, then that will give us another area of value where we can place our buy. Otherwise, the stock is just going to break above this level and continue to trade higher. So if it breaks above anywhere above 48 rand 50 cent per share, we will look into buying that stock with our stop just below this resistance level. But if you set your stop anywhere near the 50-day moving average, just know that your stop is going to be wide, and if you are using position sizing, then it will help you to determine how much of the stock you'll have to buy to risk a certain percentage of your portfolio. And then another stock that we're looking at is South 32. We have covered this stock in previous videos. As you can see, the stock is still somewhere trading near the 32 rand per share. But as you can see, on Friday, the stock it tried to go all the way up, even though it didn't close above this level. We are waiting to see that stock, how it's going to trade tomorrow, which is going to be Monday. If the stock closes above this level, we'll add into this position and then set our stop in these swing lows or just near the 50-day moving average, and then wait and see how the stock is going to continue to trade higher. Of which, if it does continue to trade higher, as you can see here, is this sort of resistance level somewhere near 40 rand per share. So if we were to have stop loss anywhere near the 28 rand per share, as you can see, this is about 1:3 risk to reward ratio. And then we have this company, Hudaco. We've also covered it just before the end of 2020. We spoke about the stock when it broke above the 200-day moving average. So as you can see, the stock started to trade higher, and then there was a bit of a pullback here. And then something happened here. As you can see that lower candle, but it quickly goes up again, rejecting the lower levels. So now the stock is currently trading above the 200-day moving average once again. So if you missed an entry at this level, this is another opportunity to buy some of this stock, because now it's currently trading at an area of value. Then you will have your stop level anywhere near maybe 1.5 ATR. You will have your trading stop there. Wait and see how the stock is going to trade. And then one of the best performing stocks is Cartrack. It was one of the biggest winners for 2020. As you can see, we spoke about it, that it had reached an all-time high and some 52-week highs. So now the stock is very much extended from the moving averages. As you can see here, we had this previous resistance. That's where we bought the stock here and set our stop level at the previous swing low. The stock is currently up by at least, let's see, by about 57% since we covered it. At this moment, it's just very far. We're not saying that the stock is going to pull back. We're also not saying that the stock is going to trade higher. But at this moment, it's very far from an area of value. If you were to buy here, it would be difficult to set a stop level anyway, this level. So these are the stocks that we're looking at, including the Satrix ETF. So yeah, these are the stocks that we'll be covering for this week. We're looking at Naspers, which is currently trading at an all-time high, and the Satrix ETF, Blue Label Telecoms, and we also covered Coronation and South 32, and we also mentioned that Hudaco is currently trading near the 200-day moving average, giving you a favorable risk to reward ratio. So that's all that we'll be covering then this week. And then because we engage some of our viewers and subscribers in other social media such as Twitter. Somebody mentioned that we seem not to be communicating with the people who are commenting in our videos. And yes, we responded to that person. Sometimes it's difficult because we use YouTube Studio to track the comments. We don't necessarily go to the videos and see and watch the videos and see if there are any comments there. So if we have missed your comment, we would like to sincerely apologize for that. From now on, we'll be checking the YouTube channel and ensuring that respond to your comments on time. Don't stay there, because sometimes even when people subscribe, YouTube shows later that somebody has subscribed, so we can't even give you a shout out. But if you do leave comments there, we tend to your comments. If you ask about stocks, usually we will reply on the comment. Like there was someone who was asking about Balwin property among other stocks. So we just replied on that. We didn't cover it on the video. But from now on, anything that is left on the comment section will be covered on the next video. We'll have a chat in there. We'll still reply on the comment section on the video itself. But when we create a video, we'll cover that exclusively. We show the chat on how we gave our opinion or on how we replied to the person. So yeah, that was an error from our side not to respond to your comments. We appreciate your subscription. We appreciate the people who view our stuff. We would like to engage more with you, and we will fix that mistake. And thanks to the gentleman who pointed that out, that we're doing something incorrectly there. Thank you for subscribing. And if you like the content of this channel, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like what we presented, please click the like button so that the YouTube algorithm can recommend the video to other people who are interested in the similar content. Thank you.